Right, we're here, we're out, we're fishing. It is Monday, the 3rd of February. And it is tonight or no night. I'm busy this week. It's high tide is at 9:15. It's a 7.35 metre tide. We are there at the minute. I'm going to wait until the water comes up so it's level with this concrete slab so that I can get some water, and then I should be fishing. Well, I'll probably be fishing in a minute. So yeah, we are at East Halton again. I know what you're going to say, but I've got to get some videos of drifting away. So I've got to get some in case we've got any bad weather. That's enough of that. Keep watching, give us a subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment. Let's cut to the intro. The old intros get hard work just lately. Sometimes I'll record an intro 2 or 3 times and have to delete it. Or else Tom will put it in. But yeah, I can't delete anything else because I don't know how. But the first one I can delete, just format the card again. But yeah, we're at East Halton. Now I know some of you might say, bloody hell, Vern, can't you fish anywhere else? But I will tell you how much my camera bag weighs, probably in the next video. I'm going to weigh it tonight when I get home because I forgot to do it. It weighs a ton. I've got hand warmers in there, power packs, camera gear, tripod, you name it. And I need that winter time, otherwise I get cold. So there's a lot of weight. Fishing out of the back of your van here, whether there's fish or not, it's not done too bad, but not like other years. But it's like fishing out of a hotel room. And you know what I'm like. I fish the river this time until it starts to warm up. I might get the odd beach session in between. I know where there's a better beach now, not far much of a walk. Hopefully John will be with us, or Keith. So I will be doing some beach, but the tide's got to be right. It's got to be during the day so that I can get there, fish. Nights are pulling out because spring's on its way. So there will be some beach sessions. I'm thinking about doing a beach session next week. But you know me, I'm not going to say I'm fishing the beach because I'll probably be here anyhow. Or I may try somewhere else along this river. But that involves a walk. I've been knackered today, full of stress again, all about me cat. But it is what it is. And yeah. Sorry about that, pet, but it certainly is. Talk about that later. Hope you enjoyed this video. Water's in. I'm going to chuck out shortly and then I'm going to jump over and get some water. I'll probably not film going over, but then I might do. I don't want it to be a huge long video either. I don't think the last one was very long. I think it was just over an hour. So hopefully that's good. And I fished with John. We had a great time. No, I fished with Keith, didn't I? Sorry about that, Keith, but yeah, we had a great time. Really good, nice fishing session. Good old chat off camera. It's been really good. And this is the next I've fished. This week's video is me fishing here on my own, and I blank. So let's hope it's not a blank tonight, because all the rest of the videos have been I've been fishing with mates and John and Tom, haven't I? So. Next time you see me, I'll be casting that out. I ain't going to keep rattling on. There's many things that are depressing in this world. And I've got to put up with it until I'm 60 with the old bed shitter. And the old bloody Lego hair in accounts. See you when I cast out. Old batteries. Gooper's playing up there. I'm not going to lose my rag with it. Right, this is what I'm fishing with. I'm going to show you yet again, because there's people out there that need need teaching and they can't find other channels. Well, on Facebook there is. Anyhow, we're using a 6-ounce weight coupled up with a 2-hook flapper. On that we have got lugworm and squid, and lugworm and squid there. It's on an 80-pound rig body. We've got 30-pound, actually it's 25-pound snoods on there. They're whatever length the rig is, turned in. When I tie it, I fold the rig in half. That's the length of the snoods. We've got a clip and a swivel. We've got tournament, Trabuco tournament line on there. It's 0.45 straight through. It's 67-pound breaking strain, just under. We have got the Vaselli rods. You cannot buy these rods now. They do others. They're all the same. They're good. We've got a feather on there. Look at that. We've got a little feather. So a Cobra KWs. You can't buy them now, so it's irrelevant really. And you can't buy these reels anymore. Not this model. This is the Mark 6. They now do a Mark 7. Perfect for the river. If I could have got them cheap in the 8,500s, I'd have got the bigger one. But that's only because big is best. Yeah, you ask my wife. That's why she married me. But yeah, no. So I'm now going to cast it out. And if you ain't got a pole that bends, a reel to reel your line in, and a rig with some hooks on, don't need any bling or fancy bits. You just want a sharp hook. I'm getting the bloody willies there. You just want a sharp hook with some good bait on it, and then you've got the opportunity to catch fish if they're there. Yeah, you can go around with all the shit of these beads and that and these twizzly bits and this and floaty things and stuff, but at the end of the day you can catch everything on a 2-hook flapper, and I have done. Go watch my videos. How many cod did I catch? All on the 2-hook flapper, size 2, size 1 hooks. What do you need it for other rigs for? They're handy even for other, when you're on the beaches, but they've all got their place, and you all as a fisherman get to like your own what you use. And my rigs are pulley droppers, pulley pennel, flapper rigs, and I'm quite partial to a bomber rig. Yeah, what else do I use? Oh, and the single snood cod rig, either pennel or single hook, and that's it. They're the 4 rigs I use and only use really. I might have some others, but do I use them? Not really. Anyhow, let's get this chucked out. It is time we chucked it out. Get that on. See that? And I can. I've got the bay, haven't I? I can cast wherever I like. And that's a good thing today. Get my big light, my Makita. Up there, that's fully charged. Tip it down. There you go. Glove. Have I got a glove? Don't think I have I? Gotta get a glove. Have I got a glove? Not there. Well, I did get a glove out. Have I got a glove there? No, that's a lefty. Bloody hell, that's there. Where's the glove gone? Right. Fucking hell. Let's get another glove out. This isn't very professional, is it? I've had my tea. I haven't filmed it. I didn't see that. I only had heat up in a tin. Can't believe I didn't get I've got a glove. Yeah, I've been stressed out. Stressed out for many reasons. I shall talk about that in a minute. Let's get this out, because if not, I might get people moaning that I ain't fishing in time. As if I care. And then next I'll have to go over and get a bucket of water. Bloody hell, that went miles. Well, it went further than I wanted it to, put it that way. Shan't cast the next one out. As a matter of fact, that better go in there. Bloody hell, what's that now? Bloody hell, that's pulled round already. That's unlike me to cock up like that. I should chuck this one out. They're both baited up, you see. I'm well organised, aren't I? Up there for bloody, down there for dancing. Up there for fishing, I say. Right, let's get this out here. I can actually cast to the right. That's too far and all. Why do I do it? I always do it, don't know my own strength. Wife says that to me all the time. Berlin, you don't know your own strength, do you? It's me staying power, you see. That's what it is. Oh, dude, I taught some shit, don't I? Right, well, let's do it. Update on the cat. It's still okay, but it's not looking good. Took him to the vets Friday after Thursday night's fishing, so literally the next morning I was at the vets at 10 AM. Went to bed at 1:30, got up for work at 6, finished at 9, vets for 10. I'll get the willies there on my own. And that's why I bought this head torch, because I can see everyone coming. That's the main thing. And when this dies, I'll use my army tech. Anyhow, where am I? Yeah, cat to the vets. Temperature taken. His temperature was in the region, but it was to the higher end, so he had some antibiotics. Friday night, he ate his whole bowl, what we put in. It wasn't a full bowl like we usually eat, but he ate all his food. I filled it up again, and I come down Saturday morning, and he'd had it again. He ate a bit more Saturday. He come in to the front room, jumped on Karen for a bit, and then went back into his spot in the utility room. And yeah, his food eating has it must be my ladder tapping. His eating has gone downhill, but he's had a lick around, so he's having like what the fuck is that? It's my ladders. So yeah, so his fuck, that gives you the willies. His eating has reduced. He's so skinny. So tomorrow at 10 AM he's in at the vets for another consultation and blood tests. Now the blood tests are 80 quid. The consultation will probably be 50. If he has another jab to enhance his eating, so he eats, that'll then be 80 quid, so it'll be 160 quid tomorrow. I've already had 2 consultations at 80 quid each, so that's 160. It soon adds up, doesn't it? And then if the blood tests come back and it's not favourable, then he'll have to be put down, because he's not helping himself by not eating. And all it's doing to me is tying me up in knots. Today and now, my stomach's been going round through worry, and it's like your second brain into it, just fucks your day up. And I'm not saying that as in a selfish way. It just, because I don't know what he's got and he's not eating, it's just doing my head in. I'm worried and everything. So whether it's a cat or not, if it's your pet and you've got a bond with it, then could be a dog, but it ain't, it's a cat. And I know a lot of people don't like them, but I do, and it's affecting me. Friday, I slept all day Friday. I come home from work Friday, took the cat to the vets, took my daughter downtown, and the rest of the day I just slept. and then I was awake for tea, and then I slept again. And that's stress. That's stress. Slight funny thing is, I put the cat in the cat basket to take him to the vets. Put him on the side, and there was about 5 inches of the basket over the edge, and I thought I could go over. I thought I'll be quick. I just went in the front room. Well, I kid you not, the cat Felix must have gone up to that side end of the basket, and I had this almighty clobber, and I come through, and there's the basket upside down with the cat in it, in the cat tray. Luckily it was clean, but it was cat litter, wood things, all over the kitchen. 15 minutes to go to the vets. So I got him out, changed his pad in there because he'd had a wee on the pad, and put him in, checked him, he was okay. Took him to the vets and he got checked over and stuff. But what a thing to happen. It goes wrong because you're rushing about, aren't you? Worried and stressed. So today's been another shit day. Saturday was a good day because I was thinking, great, he's eating, he's going to pick himself up. But yeah, he ain't. So might get some results from the bloods, and then we'll have to take it either way, won't we? If it comes back inconclusive, I don't know what to say. I don't know. It might just get to the point where he's so skinny, but he's still asking to go out and runs down the path. But anyhow, that's my worry, and I think that's enough. There's people with bigger worries than that, with cancer and heart attacks and bloody this, that and the other, you know, all the things that people have to put up with. And at the moment mine is just a cat that we've had since July. He is about 8 years old, and it'll be what it is, won't it? So anyhow, that's enough of that. Head torch doing fine. I had 2 blue lights on the last session with Keith, so it still had more power, so I'm getting used to these controls. I have it on flood full power, I have it on spotlight on full power, flood I have it on that setting, which is number 2, or I have it on 3. I don't have it on 4. So it would be handy if those lower settings were brighter. And then flood and spotlight, that's on full. I might not bother having it on full and just have it on there for checking in the woods. Have the floodlight for around here fishing, and then have the spotlight on full for checking for people sneaking up on me, and for when I reel in my rods. I've got 2 hand warmers. I've got 4 more in my bag in case these run out. It's not too cold. The wind has dropped. It is nice here at East Halton. I know it's again at East Halton, but I'm afraid to say I have to fish. You know what I've got wrong with me. I know it's my fault that I've got it still wrong with me, but that's the way it is. But if you want a video out every Wednesday, I've got to get some videos in the bank, because I'm not coming here anymore fishing in bad shit weather. I'm coming when it suits me to get you a video, and if you enjoy it, brilliant. Most people do, and we'll soon be on the beach anyhow. So because when it warms up spring summer, I ain't got to take the hand warmers, I ain't got to take a power pack, I've just got to take a couple of lights. Everything reduces down, so it's lighter to carry. So at the minute, with everything I've got to carry, it's a lot of weight, and it's probably quarter of the weight of what John takes, and he's 69. Right, I'm going to check these lines. I shall come back to you when we reel them in, or if I've got a rant about bed shitter, an old Lego head. Right, this bloody camera is playing about, and I reckon it's because it's chilly. But we're going over, so you're going to get to see that bit down there. I have got head torch on. You can't hear me. I'm also on the phone to bloody Keith. Now, if I'm going to fall, it's going to be now. Because that first step on the step ladders, if it goes, you're over. And the tide's coming in as well. It's not a case of the tide's going out. So I'm over. Ladders were good. There's all mud down there. Fucking hell. Right. Let's silting up. Should be silting up, should it? Right. Water. Where's this fucking water? Fuck's sake. Oh, you bastard, I nearly went. Right, I'm getting there with water. Right, that's the water. The phone's disconnected. Phone's disconnected. Keith ain't rung back. For all I know, for all he knows, I could be in the bloody drink counter. Right. We'll put this bucket up on the wall. I know you can't see me, but right, Keith's back. Keith's back. Right, now then. I'm here. There was a cat, I'm talking to the camera. There was a cat come running round there, so I chucked a bit of squid over, and he sniffed it and ran off. So I'm going to get it. So. Oh, that fucking fishing line. Right, put that up there. Fuck's sake, all that shit. The fucking... Oh, let's chuck it over the side with our fig biscuits. Loads of fishing line. Whoa, you bastard. Oh. Right. I just went over then. Nearly went over. Right, this should be the only time I've got to go over. That's the dangerous bit. That's the dangerous bit. Right. I can't see now, guys. Let me just get that one there. That one's alright. That ain't so dangerous, that one. Right. Right. So I've got this line. Fuck's sake. I've got this line and we've got a bucket of water because it's responsible to have water, because that way you can clean your hands, your rods don't get so stinky, and it's good for the fish. So yeah, right, that's that. I'll sort that out. What I'll do is I shall bring you back in a bit when I've finished and bring you back for the reeling. So yeah, hope you saw some there. That's what you got to do. That's the one and only time I want to go over tonight. I ain't fishing it all the way down because it'll be getting late and you always got risks of it snagging up then. And for me to ring someone up at 12 o'clock to say, can you come and please help me, they ain't going to be too happy, are they? So, see you in a bit when I reel in. Well, I've spoken to everyone tonight. I've spoken to John, the wife, twice. I've spoken to my mate Marky, it's like my brother. And I've just spoken to Keith for a long time, really. I've just got the willies because I could see two lights down there, but they weren't, they were two eyes, but they were quite far apart, so it was either a human being, but I think it was a deer because they've gone now. But yeah, it's about a mile and a half from where you get onto this wall underneath the barrier, which I must say isn't locked, so it's been pushed open, so you could get a bloody articulated lorry down there if you could. It's about 1.5 miles down to here. Well, right to the end where the bollards are, so 1.5 miles, 1.3 miles, what does it matter? So it does give you the willies a bit when you're here on your own. But yeah, I wanted to talk. And you know, I always go on about the fact of fish being called a European bass, and it isn't. It's a fucking bass. You know all this, and European eel and all this shit. People try. It's really eating away at me. And with my cat as well, I can't say what I want to say though, because I want to talk also about 2 other types of species, and I can't. But I might be able to get round it in a roundabout fashion. Bit jovial. But yeah, you know all this free speech that I was banging on about a bit back. I feel as though the country's changing. I feel as though the country, by the time I'm 60, will be absolutely nothing that I recognise. For me, it's soul destroying. I am getting depressed about it. Some days when you think about it too much, I really just think, Jesus Christ, what's happening? And it's not what I like, it's not what I want, it's not who I am, the country I'm born from. Everything about being British, English, from humour, food, customs, the way we interact amongst other people in the street, in the high street, in pubs, everything has changed. And what makes you British or English, however way you want to go, it's just not there anymore. And like me now, there's 2 things that I really want to talk about that does my head in, and there we are not talking about it, because one, I'll get a strike or something wrong, or they'll get demonetized. Or you get called this, that and the other, don't you? It's just terrible. It's a terrible place to be. Even Tom, and Tom is not political voter or anything like that. When I last fished with him, he was even considering that he might have to vote in the next election because of the way it's going. So that switch clicks on all of us, doesn't it, at some point? Well, most. Some people don't bother at all. But there. Well, what was that dripped off my roof? Ain't raining, is it? No. So, yeah, all this stuff, they rename stuff. Like fish and animals and all this sort of stuff, because they've got an agenda to push. They want to change all those things that I've just talked about. What makes us British, or what makes us English, or what makes us Irish or Welsh. And people don't do enough, don't bang a drum enough about it. People just go by in life. And that's got a bloody owl there now. That's just give me the willies. Right, I'm back now. Bloody owl. I've just had a scan around. I can't see it. Been nice to see it. So where was I? I was on a good side thing there, weren't I? Keeping it calm, not ranting. I'll get more slava with this camera tonight than what I was the other day. It's 6 degrees tonight, so it's quite warm. That's why I've come tonight. And the other day, the last video with Keith, it ended up at 0.5 degrees, but I never had a problem with the camera. So let's get this in. Could be weed on the line. We've only gone and done it. Saved the blank. Might even be able to unhook that straight away. Well, got ourselves a flounder. How about that? How's about that then? One little flounder. He's a little booty, isn't he? Ha ha! Thumbnail, thumbnail, thumbnail. I'm chuffed. I saw the bite as well. It was the rod slackened off and the line went slack. Went a slack liner, but it all went slack. Cracking bite, cracking fish. Good day for catching these. Makes for a good fishing session. Just check this on. Yep. So let's get this back and get it returned. Oh, smack it. Absolutely trump there, ain't there? Let's not talk about that. He's doing all right. There's a man with a will. What will happen? Who knows? Well, time will have to tell, won't we? See who's right and who's wrong. What a cracking fish that was. Nice little flounder. I couldn't see myself but getting anything tonight. But yeah, I saw the bite. I said to you on camera, didn't I? You might have even actually saw that bite, but the rod came up and the line went slack and then it went back down because of the tide. The water has just had a section of time coming in quite vigorously. It is 8:40 PM obviously. High tide is at 9:15, so I shall get that rebaited up with some fresh worm. The worm and squid on there is perfectly alright. You could chuck it out again, but let's give ourselves the maximum opportunity to catch some fish out and refresh the base like a proper fisherman. So anyhow, I shall rebait that, show you the cast out. Now I might reel the other one in, so see you in a bit. Right, let's get this casted out. I've rebaited up, got a black lug, cut it in half. I've got size 2 hooks on there. No need for anything bigger. If you use bigger, you're going to catch a bigger fish. So I'm going to chuck this out the same distance, I think. Oh, we've got some weed on it. Let's get this off. Quite a bit of weed on that. Coming off alright. It's that fibrous weed, you know the sort. Take it off, then it won't be as bad then, will it? If you don't take it off, you'll get twice as much on. Right, let's get this out. Cast upstream. Perfect. Might be a bit far, but went into it. Went into it then. Now, I have just turned, excuse me, it seems to be working. I've watched back the video and these two lights now seem to be doing good. My face isn't all lit up, is it, all white? You can actually see my my cheekbones, my structured chin, and all the chiseled looks, can't you? Thanks to this new light. Well, it isn't new, it's an old one, but I've just figured I'd do it and give it a go, and I think I've improved the videos. I hope Tom think I've improved it. I've just got to keep remembering to use it properly. It's not as cold here behind the van as what it is when I'm outside of the van. I have now put my heated jacket on. It's on blue. I might put it onto green, but if it gets cold I shall put a hoodie on over the top of the heated jacket, and then hopefully blue will be enough to the coat's keeping the wind out, so it's just sometimes if the wind is relentless on your coat, the coat gets cold and you feel it a little bit, not a lot, because it's fur inside. It is a good coat. You can buy other coats, there are other coats, other materials, different prices, cheaper and whatever, but this is the coat I decided to buy. It was 170 quid. It is a lot of money, but it don't get any heavier when wet than what it is now, because the water just drips off. It don't soak in like other coats. And there is a brand that I'm not keen on, because I had a load of shit with a bag and they just don't listen to you, because their product is absolutely fantastic. You can't moan at it to the owner like I did. Didn't moan, I was just constructive with my criticism. And I wanted another bag, because I didn't think that 3 weeks with it before it broke was good enough. But you can't educate pork, and you can't take an horse to water. So thick as pig shit came to mind. You don't know who I'm talking about, do you? Could be talking about anything, couldn't I? Could be talking about bed shitter. Well, that weren't bad, was it, little Flounder? I was quite happy with that. Yeah, so it's chilled up, so I don't want to put this on green, but I might have to, because I don't want to get too hot. So I might just put my hoodie on and see how it goes. Yeah, I think that all the gear that I have, my coats, clothing, the bottoms to this jacket, my boots, yeah, I could get better boots that your feet don't get sweaty in. But as long as you take them and dry them for the next session, they're dry. My feet don't feel wet, put it that way. They feel roasty toasty, they're lovely and warm. And these boots are so light. These trousers, I always wear these trousers because I've got so many pockets to put everything in. There's nothing worse than everything in one pocket. This coat, again, like I say, neck warmer. Any neck warmer is what you need to keep that cold air off your neck, because get to my age, cold neck is terrible. The rods, I've got the rods for the river, I've got rods for the beach, reels for the beach, reels for high water, reels for low water. It's all a bit of fun. It's what I enjoy doing. My reel setup with my line that I keep telling you is perfect for this river. You saw that weed coming in. It normally stops at the tip, but there weren't enough on it to gather up, so it came down the line a bit. Perfect. Always get my stuff in. If you get snagged up and that weight drops before them rocks, you then got to try and get it up. You ain't going to do it. It's going to get snagged up every time. Watching these rods now, but yeah, we're caught. I might have a coffee again in a minute. That chimney's beautiful. I love fishing there, that chimney. We've got a bit of a moon out. It's like a crescent shaped. You can see it there. There's the chimney. You might be able to see that, I don't know. But there you go. There you go. You keep saying that, Vern, don't you? I do sometimes. Oh, I'm pleased. Well, I ain't pleased at all. I don't give a fuck if I see the bite or not. It's about coming out here and being in the environment, and catching the fish is a bonus. If you see the bite, it's a bonus. A lot of people take it too seriously, isn't there? A lot of people take YouTube too seriously as well. You know, Jesus Christ. Some people like watching videos that have got, it's like a lesson of A to Z of how to put a bit of bait on a hook, how to set your rod and that up, and there's people out there that need that, those that are starting fishing. But once you're past that point, you don't need that, do you? Apart from the needy people. And I don't try and do that. I try not to be the person that's always do this, do that, do the other. I might say to Keith, bloody cast over there and keep out of my road, because I'm liable to cast over you and tangle you up. Same with John, but when you're like me, you can cast over yourself and tangle myself up, what I did in that last session. But, you know, I'll tell someone how to do something once, or show them once, and you shouldn't have to tell them and show them again. If you've got to do it a second time, fair dues. But after that, you're hitting your head against the wall, really, aren't you? And if people don't want to know, then I won't tell them. If they ask me, I'll help them. Get the willies all night, eh? I think now I've got this torch and I can see everywhere, it's even worse. Oh, got another little rattle on there. Let's get you that way. Can you see that? Yeah, of course you can. Now I'm in the wind. I've got the wind. Ain't too bad, but it had died. It had died, but now it's picked up a little bit. I think I'm going to lose a goldfish as well. We've got a goldfish. It's got some ulcers or something on its head. It's a lion head one. And bless it, I don't know what to do. You can't take that. I can't afford to take that to the vets for 80 quid. I've seen that some people chop these bits off them, but I don't want to do that. And today he's hasn't got off the bottom of the tank, and his tail has gone all red as well. So did another water change and put some medicine in, as I'm always doing, and bacteria in the filter's fine. And what I did was I've ordered some more treatment stuff off Amazon, come tomorrow, but I don't think he's gonna make it, so it won't be so bad. I've only got a 50-litre tank and I've got 2, 4, 5 goldfish in it, which is too many really, but they were what the daughter's was, and we got another tank. But I've got another tank. I've got a 350-litre tank in the front room. I think it's too big. I would like to get 150-litre and put these goldfish in there and stick some more black mollies in there, because I like the black mollies. Anyhow, treatment comes tomorrow. I shall have to do them after I've sorted the cat out. Poor old Felix. I just realised that that cat that I saw, and I fed a bit of squid to, and it didn't eat it, so I got the squid back, didn't I? He was running along the top of the seawall on the other side and got past this bay and then jumped up the wall and ran down towards the bungalow down there, so it must be a cat that lives there. He probably goes along this whole bay all the way up to the docks, but from where I fish elsewhere that you've seen me with the mouse, feeding the mice, there must be mice all the way along on this riverbank. It'd be a bit touchy on an 8-metre tide or a high 7-8, bit rough, because their burrows might get a bit wet, but I'm sure they can go upwards, or they do whatever, I don't know. But that's what the cat will be looking for, isn't it? Mice along there. He's got all these woods, all this grass area, them ponds over there. What a place for a cat to live here, eh? It's like their own playground, and there's no cars really other than what drive up there at 100 miles an hour. Anyhow, should we get this rod in? Let's get this rod in. Let's get this rod in. Is it filming? Of course it's filming, Van. I'm gonna reel it in over there. Oh fucking hell, what's that? That's it. That there. Right. Head torch on. Oh, it's heavy. Oh, it's heavy. Probably got 10 ton of weed on it. Now it's gone light. I can see the weed. Shitloads of weed on it. This is going out short. Ah. There you have it. Bait is still on. Now then, here's the thing. Do you remember? I always used to have big eyes on my rods. I still have big eyes on my rod, and that was because I had a tapered leader. So the weed could come down, I could still reel it in and get over them rocks. But now, if you've got that fibrous weed, like mayrot, but not quite mayrot, with a big eye, it comes through. If you've got shitloads of weed on there, it stops at the eye. So now, really, I need to have a smaller eye on the tip. Because I've only got that single mono all the way through, then the weed would gather up at the top and I'd still be able to reel it. I then had to stop, put my fingers around the line and reel it in, otherwise it would have gone round my reel. So there's a lesson learnt there. Probably another modification needs doing. I'm just baiting this up. I'm doing it from afar because I think you know what I'm doing. I'm putting a worm on a hook. Put the worm on first, and then we put the squid on. I'll tell you the nice thing, there ain't any flies about. I even filleted the squid for the cat. Took the membrane out. He weren't having it. He was after meesies, wasn't he? That water's cold. Get my hands in my hand warmer pockets. I think they'll run out tonight. I've had them on. I've cut my finger with the scissors. The hand warmers. Oh, they're on 9. And that one's on 12. Alright, they work all the way down to 0. Right, glove on. That one's there. We should cast this one. What's the time? Slack water. I'll cast this one, I think. Cast it to the left, because then it's ready for the next tide. Because the tide's going to swap in a minute, it's going to start going out. So what I'll do is, I'll cast this to the left. Ain't got a good far, is it? that went quite far actually. Out that way there. Hopefully it'll swing round. But there you go. Bit of baiting up, eh? From afar. You know. Plenty of people bait up. Some people, a lot of fishermen, I was talking to John about this. So many fishermen that use too big a baits. My baits are too big. John's aren't. John catches fish. He was telling me he catches smooth hands with a size 4, size 2 hook. You just got to get a strong hook, haven't you? It doesn't have to be big. And you don't need a huge bait either. Some of these baits you see people chucking out, it's like, what are you going to get? And I'll tell you another one that makes me laugh is you'll watch and they'll pull in a whiting. All they've been pulling in is whiting and dabs. Yeah, maybe the odd dogfish. And then they'll pull a whiting or a pouting in. And so, not everyone, you know, some people, they'll pull it in and say, oh, I've got a perfect live bait. And you think, but what are you going to catch with it? Because there's nothing out there apart from whiting and dabs. And maybe a dogfish if you're lucky. You know, I suppose if you're down south, Devon, Cornwall way, and Chesil, I suppose that'd be alright for a live bait. But sometimes on other coasts, you think there's nothing about, and you don't see them catching nothing. You sometimes think, well, why use that as a live bait? Yeah, I hate it here. Well, I don't hate it here. Perfectly alright, because I've got my old spotter. Perfect. Old Owl has gone. He's moved on. So I've got one rod to the left with black luggins tipped off with squid. It's all I'm fishing tonight. And I've got one literally banged out straight over there. Both are Halton bottom. It is now 9:10. 8 minutes past 9. My watch must be a bit fast. But we are at slack water now. It is high water, so it'll be slack for 15-20 minutes and then it'll be on its way out. I'm going to fish it so far down, not all the way down, because I don't want to risk having to go over. I don't want to have to risk possibly catching a fish and I can't chuck it in. I've got to go over. If I have, I'll take it over in the bucket. It's not a problem. But if I can avoid it, it'd be nice to catch another fish. Hopefully one more. I've left my other gator, my net gator, at home. It must be, because it's nowhere in the van. So that's a bit annoying, really. But I've got this one. This is my spare. But you always get a gap at the bottom. But it's still keeping my net warm. Fucking glasses again. Keith has just given me a pair of a sling that goes around your glasses. I ought to be wearing that, really. But there you go. See you in a bit. That's one flounder, and so we catch another one. Right, there's the rods. So what I was trying to say earlier, I don't know if I actually got there because I turned the camera off to look at the owl dinner. What I was trying to say is that they change all these names to try and control the conversation, which then controls you. And it changes us from what we were to this new thing, which isn't what we were. It's not our characteristic. I mean, it happened with counties, people from different counties with accents, with modification of things and telephones and education. You lose. I mean, I can go to Norfolk and not hear a Norfolk accent until you get to a certain area, you know. All these things just disappear, don't they? Because people grow up in a town, don't they? And then move away, do uni, work away, using all the language off phones and stuff and try to be who they aren't, and things get lost, and it's now getting from counties to the country, and they're trying to change the world, aren't they? And these globalists, whoever they are, there's many of them in certain networks, certain organisations, that are just trying to change and control the conversation, of which then alters you as a person from your country. That's all I was trying to say. So when you hear me going on about a fish being this, that and the other, it's mainly, it's due to what I've just explained in these two segments. It's absolute, it's shite. And then obviously, like I said earlier, it then puts everything, certain things under the rug, under the bedspread, under the duvet, so it's not talked about, and it becomes rife throughout society. And with this particular administration that we have in power until I'm 60, I think it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, because they're just hypocritical fucking wankers. That's all I'm going to say, apart from they're cunts, the lot of them. And on a lighter note, them rods ain't moved. The tide is still slack. It hasn't started churning out. I'm sure it will do shortly. Time is now 5 to 10. I've just put to the wife. She's in bed, yawning away. I said I shan't ring you again. She's knackered. So Felix has been out. He's gone out round the corner for a wee in the garden. The vet will moan at me. He'll say he shouldn't be going out, but if a cat wants to go out, then a cat should go out. And what the fuck is happening in Scotland with the SNP? What a divisive, divisional fucking lot of people they are. They're now saying, from what I gathered today, I don't know how correct it is, that cats aren't allowed to go out. They're going to have a curfew on them because they're destroying the habitat. What a fucking pile of shit. Absolutely unbelievable. If you aren't allowed to let your cat out, if that goes through and you're not allowed to let your cat out in Scotland, and if they see a cat out, they'll grab it. That's cruelty to animals, because cats need to go out. They need to be out. They need to be out in the sun, chasing mice, doing this, doing that, chasing leaves. It's what fucking cats do. These bloody rods ain't moving. Time is 4 minutes past 10. Wife will be asleep now. She'd have put that phone down. She'd have gone just quick as that as she is. I can go to bed. I can go in. Well, I do go to bed with her sometimes, but normally I'm downstairs watching telly. And Gizzy, we put Gizzy out every night, and I'll look at him and I'll think, I'll give him another half hour. I'll give him another half hour, and then I wake up at 2:30 in the morning and boot him out. So, but yeah, my missus will lay her head down and I'm in bed and I'll be talking to her and she's fucking snoring. Nah, my wife don't snore. She's never snored, my wife. Fucking hell. If only there was some fog about. Right, well that's it. I'm going now. I'm going to keep watching these rods. I'm going to reel these in. It's quite a little... Look, I've caught fish. It's just a nice little session. I ain't going to fish it all the way down. Once the top of them rocks come, I'm going. Because if I was somewhere up and I could walk down to the water's edge, I'd keep fishing. But it is the wrong end of the day. And I'm not 30 or 40 anymore. Whereas I could fish until 3 in the morning and get home for 4, get in bed for 2 hours and get to work and then do a day's work, be awake all day. time I get home and done my job and then take the cat to the vets, I'll be probably getting on the sofa by dinner time, especially after I've had my dinner, and getting some shut-eye. I'll probably set my alarm. Failing that, if I'm wide awake, I'll clean all my rods and put all my gear together, check my rigs, but they're all alright at the minute. Put all my batteries on charge. I'm on my second lot of hand warmers. That's why you have more than two, because there's no point in using it frugally. If you've got more hand warmers, you can just have warm hands the whole session, and my hands are lovely. Got that on green now. I could put my hoodie on and just put it on blue. See you in a bit. Right, let's get this reeled in. Yeah, get that on. I didn't have the light set up right on the last one, but let's get this in, see what's on there. Sort this light out to there. Let's get this in. Oh. Get ready with the flick. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. Same with using it all the same. That load of squid. Thread it up the hook. Don't need a baiting needle. Just thread it up. On there. Do the bottom hook. Get some squid on it. I haven't got any rigs ready. I ain't got a rig already baited up to slap on because I'm only pleasure fishing. That's that. Dip your hands in some cold water, because that's the sensible thing to do, isn't it, in February? I've had 2 coffees, that was lovely. I had Perkle coffee here. I've had spaghetti bolognese. I think that might have gone over the flipping line, I'm not sure. Get this here. This here. Tighten that up. Get the drag set. Get this one in. Hopefully I ain't just popped up. I don't think I have. Get this reeled in quick. I might have done. Let's see. Get it up in the water. Real light, man. No, I'm alright. Well, it's looking like the last session with Keith, isn't it? I had a codling early on, and it's looking like I'll have the one fish early on in this one. Right, I'll get this baited up. You've just seen me bait that other one up. Don't need to see me do that again. And I'll bring you back when they cast out, because that's what I do. Alright, I'm trying to work out where to cast, because I should tell you for why. I've cast down there and it's holding bottom perfectly, so I don't know whether to cast one to the right, cast it straight out and let it swing round a bit. Could whiz right round, couldn't it? It's got a good bend in that rod. It's holding bottom. You got to let the weight hit the water. You got to let the weight do its business, as in sinking, and then once it's sunk, take the slack up. If not, the tide normally takes the slack up anyhow, and then set your drag. Always set your drag. Don't be bloody so silly as not to set your drag, because it'll pull your tripod over countless times in a session. You'll break your rod. So where do I cast? If I cast straight out, it could just whiz to the right. I could cast out shallow to the right, but then I've got to pull over these rocks. I might just chuck it out short, straight in front. We haven't done that yet. It'll have to just take pot luck, won't it? I should cast to the left as far as I can. The weed is gone. There, I'll stop that going. Put that down there. That's tight already. Set the drag. Put it on 2 clicks just in case. So yeah, that's that. Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so starting to sound like other people, aren't they? Well, yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos. I know you do. Over Christmas, my subscribers dropped. Something like nearly 40, about 36 I think. I'd got just over the 100 mark of that 100, and yeah, I lost 36, and then by the time I went out with Tom, I'd got them back, and by the time I got home from that session, I'd lost another 30. It was up and down. It was I was like thinking, oh, it's going to take forever, but now I'm on. Oh, I can't get, because I can't get signal there. I'm on, whereas I was on 36 or 40 and I'd lost 36, I'm now on 70. So I've gained all them back plus that again. So it's, these last few videos have been good for my subscribing. It's and you've always got to pick new subscribers up, because old ones stop watching. Thank God they don't unsubscribe. Well, I'm sure they do. That's probably what happened at Christmas. People were sat down at Christmas and they went through the YouTube thinking, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. And I would get my phone out and get the comments up from the last week's video, but a chap commented there or thereabouts, I don't normally watch you, or he doesn't watch me, but he give me a go, he said, and he's never laughed so much watching a video on YouTube. So there you have it. If there's people that look at my videos and think, I ain't watching him, if they actually gave you a chance, they might find it's okay. I mean, it's not a barrel of laughs like Benny Hill or Ricky Gervais or anything like that, is it? It's me fishing, and I don't ever claim it to be anything different. I turn up, I fish, and I film my session. Got a bit of a swell going on down there in the water, and that's it. You know, I don't confess to be the teacher or educate you or anything like that. I'll show this, that and the other. I'll say this, that and the other, fishing wise or any otherwise. It's basically my fishing session and whatever comes out of my head. I'm just pleased that the people that do watch and enjoy on a regular basis, thank you very much. I appreciate it no end. If I didn't have the support that I had, and I do very little on Facebook now. I got disillusioned with Facebook and fed up with it, because there's so much on Facebook where people are just needy, aren't they? And we all put a post up if you're upset or whatever, don't you? Or I put a post up with my cat Tigger in it, but that was only so it flicks up every year, so it comes up every year as a memory, so you've got it. But he was a good cat. Well, let's hope I catch on this cast. The rocks will be showing soon. I don't mind getting half the rocks showing, but I ain't going all the way down to the stones in front of the rocks, because I ain't got me John or my Keith here. I can go over, but I don't want to. I want to get up in the morning and be able to go to work and do my job. This light, I really like it now. Once I've got used to these settings and got the settings where I want them, flood, spot, flood and flood and spot, that's one up too much. Yeah, it's perfect, and it's literally, I can turn it off and on. I'm happy, and I'm even more happy because I paid £148 for it. That was the main thing. I wasn't paying 210, I'll tell you. That was at Zippo or Ziplo Industrial Workwear. I think elsewhere it's 250 quid. They might have it down at 240 now, I don't know. Fucking rip off, isn't it? And that's another thing, you get tied down to a block of countries where the trade comes from, because they're our closest traders, and you get tied into what prices are, and it affects all of us. Stuff is so much cheaper from America. What's that? Have I got a fish? Oh well, I shall turn you off. I'm out there fishing. It's been an enjoyable night. I have enjoyed it. I didn't take my painkillers in time. I was supposed to take them at 6 o'clock, and I think it was 8 o'clock just gone, or 6:30 and 8 o'clock, or 8:15. But there you go, it's one of them. But yeah, I keep forgetting. So the wife has said to me, set an alarm. So it just means now every time I take a tablet I need to set an alarm, which will be good, because then I won't forget, will I? See you in a bit. Right, let's get these reeled in. We'll start off with this closest rod. It's been moving up and down, but the wind's picked up again, so I guess it's just the wind. We got another little flounder. Let's hope he's only just lip hooked like the last one. Be nice to have all lip hooked flounders, wouldn't it? It's looking good. Oh, marvellous. Look at that. I might actually go over to return these. Let's turn that off. There's no need for that one. There you go. One flounder. That's quite nice. That's 2 now, so it makes it all the better. So I might put him in the bucket, or I might see if I can get him over. Yeah, 1 flounder. Nice little flounder. He's got a bit of meat on him as well. So let's get him back. See you in a bit. Right, here we go. Let's get the last one in. That fish went back perfect. I've got wind behind me, so went in easily. Probably about 3 or 4 meters into the water. So right, let's get this in. Ready for the bang sit. No. Yeah. Top notch fishing there. Top notch. So is it too bright? I doubt it. Is my arm bright? That's the best way to see, isn't it? What's that like now? That'll be alright. Right then, so here we have it. It's the end of the session. I've really enjoyed myself. It's been a stressful weekend. It's been a terrible weekend actually. I shan't go into that. Let me just check there's no one coming up behind me. What's the matter with that? What is that coming up like that? Or is it meant to? Like that? Yeah. Bet you the batteries are going on it. Hang on, let's have a look. Let's press the thing. Is it that one? No, it's still on 2. Should be alright. Probably a AliExpress dud in it. Yeah, it's not doing that one, is it? It was on bloody low setting, weren't it, you fucking idiot, Vernon? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there. Perfect. I had it on low setting thinking it was high. But yeah, no, this is the end of the session. We've been at East Halton today. It's the 3rd of February. Tide was 7.35 metre. Come up the wall really nice. It's been flat calm. We've had a bit of wind, which has been gusting and not gusting. It started off at 7 degrees and now it's at 5.5. I have still got my coat on green. I never put my hoodie on over the top. If I'd put my hoodie on, I'd probably been too hot and probably end up turning the heated jacket off. But I am roasty and I've got 2 more hand warmers, which are doing a wonderful job. And that's been it really. I've cleared my mind talking to you about things that get on my wick, and I ain't talked about anything good ever, but never mind. It's been a good session, let's put it that way. It's been a good session, and we've had 2 flounders. So I thought it was going to be the same as the last session with Keith, with just 1 fish at the beginning again. But yeah, I was chuffed with that. I managed to, you got to get your timing right for when you flick it over the rocks. And I reeled a bit so that it was a soft landing for the fish. But there was no blood coming out of the flounder. Unhooked it, you saw it, and it went back brilliant. So all good there. And it's what it's all about. It's not about specimen catching, big fish catching, hundreds of fish catching. It's just about getting out, having a fishing session, and if you catch, all the better, all the better. And all my sessions that I fish, they are all filmed because I can't afford not to film them. To have the luxury of going fishing and not filming, well, that's an understatement. Not when you're an hour to an hour and a half from your fishing place, your venue. So that's something that I don't do. So every video, every time I fish, I make a video. And oh, rod's going, but in the water. But yeah, now it's been a cracking session. I'm not going to rattle on for too long. We've had 2 flounder, really enjoyed myself. It's cleared my mind from a cat. Hopefully the cat will be all right tomorrow. Tess will come back and he'll know what to do, and it'll be a cheap fix and the cat's sorted. So fingers crossed for that. I will update you in the next video, whether you want to know or not. But yeah, thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe and all that malarkey. Drop us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and again, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you that watch. I appreciate all my members, and thank your members for the extra that you give, because that all goes towards my diesel for coming here and makes things a little bit easier. And thank you, Flint. You know what I'm thanking you for. You are a diamond, and I appreciate it a lot. Why do you keep looking at the rod? The rod's not in there. I shall see you all in the next one. That sounded like a cat fighting. I'm going. I'll see you anon. Do you know what I mean? Fucking bastards.